congratulations. How's that locker room?
Pretty excited, but kind of the same deal with these back-to-backs. Try to temper it a little bit. We know we still have another one on Friday.
Your strategy going into the game tonight, what worked really well?
Well, it's a kind of a battle of wills. Statistically, we're the best defensive team in the conference, and some of that has to do with our pace that we play on the offensive end, playing against a really good, skilled offensive team. I thought there were stretches where we didn't do a very good job and let them kind of play at their style. They're definitely not a team you can turn it over against or take bad shots against, because they take those as opportunities to get out in transition and get some quick threes or post-up baskets. But I thought especially in the second half, we kind of controlled the tempo of the game. And I think when we can get in one of those type of games and hold Eastern Washington to 63 points, we'll have a chance to win.
That's amazing. A team averaging 80 a game and you hold them to 63. Defensively, was it much different for you tonight than it was last week against Montana? And it was just your offense sputtered last week?
No, I think Eastern Washington's a much harder team to guard for us than Montana. I think it goes back to what I was saying. We played way harder tonight than we did against Montana. And I hate to make excuses, but those darn Montana State games that got canceled because of a positive test in our program, we went a long layoff without being able to play a game. And I think that showed against Montana. Felt like we were just kind of back in rhythm tonight.
What were keys defensively for you? Who were you focusing on, or was there any particular focus? I mean, Tanner Groves gets 19, Meadows 14, Aiken 13, and yet they still end up double figures below their scoring average.
Yeah, Jerry, our focus was to really do a good job guarding the three-point line. They are an elite shooting team. They always have four guys on the floor, if not five, that can make a three. We wanted to take that away. So I'm looking at the stats right now. We held them to 5 of 22 from the three-point line. Our guys did their job tonight.
And I know they average over 8 a game coming into tonight's game. Obviously, you make adjustments now going forward for game 2 on Friday. And you got to believe Shante Liggins will be doing the same thing. You go into Friday's game with the same game plan. Is it just effort that really can do it?
No, I think one thing I've learned in these back-to-backs is whether you win or lose the first game, you better be ready to adjust something going into the second. So we won, but there's still areas where we can improve and some things that we can do differently.
All right. You other guys can jump on as well.
Coach, you had a big win in the tournament last year in March, and this year you have another big win knocking off the first place team in the conference. You know, what's the secret to Ryan Looney coaching where when the calendar turns to March, you guys are winning games?
Yeah, I think during my time before coming to Idaho State at all the different places that I coached, like that's always been the goal. You want to peak late in the season. I mentioned it earlier with those games getting canceled against Montana State and us having a long layoff before Montana. That was tough to overcome. But I think we're back on track. I think we definitely looked much better tonight than what we did a week ago at home. Hopefully here late we can just keep getting better. I kept saying all the way at the beginning of the season when we're losing those early season games, just stay patient. Our guys are new. They need some time together. And I think anyone that's watching, whether we're winning or losing right now, I think everyone can see that the Bengals are a much better team in March than we were all the way back in November.
Coach, obviously, you know, down at the beginning of the season, you saw Cool and you saw Bull kind of take over towards the end of the games. What does it mean to see Braden Parker and Daxton Carr hit these late game threes? And what about a team mentality does that say about your team?
I think there's a lot of things. Daxton hit a big shot. Braden hit a big shot. Robert Ford hit some free throws to ice the game. A lot of big plays. We're talking all game on the bench and timeouts and the locker room at halftime about staying poised. I think our guys grew up and did that.
Do you think everyone's kind of bought into their roles as well?
Yeah, I think we can still be better in that area. But, I mean, this is just one season in a strange, wacky year. We got 13 guys that have never played in a Division I game before this season started. So, yeah, I think we're getting there. But truth be told, like, this program hasn't reached its potential yet.
Awesome, Coach. Appreciate it.
Hey, Ryan. So you guys, have you locked in a bye game yet? Or is there still like, ways it could go either way?
I don't know, Jordan. I was never very good at math.
Me neither. That's why we got into our respective professions.
You can ask Steve that question. I just was trying to win today.
Yeah. But you have to know, that losing makes it much harder to get one of those buys and how important those are. I mean, did you bring that up at all to the guys this week? Just the importance of this weekend in terms of the conference tournament?
Nope. We only talked about trying to beat Eastern Washington.
Gotcha. Early on, it seemed like, Robert hit a couple threes and then Daxton hit a couple, or I think one. And then it just seemed like for about 35 minutes, both teams went cold from deep. What happened? Was it just, missed shots, or was it both teams realizing the other ones have such good guards and need to protect the 3-point line?
I think that's exactly what it was. Our game plan was to chase them off the three. And I think that our guys did a pretty good job in that area tonight. We held them 3 makes less than what they normally average. And I think to some degree they were doing the same thing to us.
Yeah. That first half, it seemed like you guys were really excelling, despite the fact that they were kind of playing at their high tempo. What'd you change at halftime to, bring it back down to your guys' pace a little bit?
Well, I don't think it was just halftime. I think it was in timeouts all game long, just encouraging our team to slow down, be poised, and play at our pace and not theirs. They're a team that thrives off turnovers and you taking bad shots so they can get out in transition and get early looks. So part of it is just making them play our tempo.
The refs seem to let you guys play, especially down low. Is that a concept that helps you guys or hurts you guys in these games?
I think it helps us. It may not have helped us all the way back in November, but now that we're growing up a little bit, I think it definitely helps us now.
Yeah. These late game situations, it seems like you guys have gotten pretty good at them, even in the losses. It always comes down to the end. What do you tell your guys in like the last 4 minutes that allows them to stay so poised like that?
I think just that word, like we kept talking about being poised. Our motto is to saw wood. Like, we're just trying to be good one possession at a time, regardless of what that possession requires.
Yeah. The end there, you guys seem to lock down on defense and get some key turnovers. I know Braden had the one where he forced it out. He was playing with 4 fouls. Like, are you good with those guys being aggressive in those situations? Because it seems like it's smart, but it's also aggressive. Like, what's that balance like?
Yeah, I think the message I was trying to send to him was just, he got the 4th foul before the 4-minute media timeout. So we took him out until about the 3-minute mark. And then at that point, it's like, don't worry about fouling. Just play normal. If you foul out, we'll throw somebody else in there.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
Ryan, one more question from me. I just wanted to, if you're there, you still there, Ryan?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. You win the rebounding battle tonight, big time, 36-27. And it seemed like it was pretty even for about 3/4 of the game. And then down the stretch, I don't know if it was lucky bounces or good positioning, but you guys really wrapped it up on the boards during the last stretch of the game.
Yeah, that's what we do, Jerry. We talk about it every day. It's a habit now. But you're right. We were struggling in the first half in that area and then locked in.
Well, I told you to saw some wood in the pregame show. You guys put a couple of chords away tonight. Good luck getting ready for Friday's game. We'll talk to you then.
Thanks, guys.